Hello, thank you for joining me for another video beer review then. So today we've got a beer from Verdant, or Verdant, whatever you want to call it. It's Verdant, not Verdant. That's another beer. And this is their Cheeky Westy. It's a 7% West Coast IPA. It's brewed in collaboration with Green Cheek Beer Company, and they are out of Orange County, California. So Verdant, as you well probably know, they're out of Cornwall, England. So on this then, 7% ABV. This is their second edition. On the hot side then of the brewing process, Chinook, Mosaic, and Nectaron. And on the cold side, Mosaic and Nectaron. So contains water, barley, hops, yeast, blah 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 blah. Usual kind of deal. So 7% West Coast. Is it a modern West Coast or an old school West Coast? We'll see about that. So a 440ml can then. We've got some dates on the bottom here. So yeah, it's canned in August, so we're okay there. It's best before the 21st of February of 2024. And this is goal number, looks like 690. Alright, let's crack it open, see what we get. I do like a West Coast IPA. I've seemed to be drinking a lot more of them in recent months than I have done for quite a long time. Obviously, a lot of them are kind of the modern take on West Coast, so we'll see where this fits in. Some of them have been pretty decent. Others have been not bitter enough. I think that's my problem with the modern day West Coast IPA kind of deal. So it's straight out of the fridge. It's probably around, I don't know, 4 or 5 degrees in that kind of ballpark. So we've got a one finger kind of white head. There's a slight haze. I say a slight haze. It's quite hazy. There's gentle carbonation run up through the beer. There's lots of particulates floating around in this kind of looks like an orange snow globe. Get it right. Yeah, lots of particulates in this. But yeah, really quite hazy for a West Coast. Old school wise anyway. So give it a swirl and a sniff, see what we get. Yeah, very pungent apricot jam. Yeah, very jam-like, slightly sweet. I don't know what the IBUs are. It's not listed on Untapped. I've not done any kind of homework on. I'll just go to Untapped. If it's information there, we'll use it. If not, that's it. It's slightly dank. There's that kind of mosaic kind of dankness coming through there. Or it reminds me a little bit. It's a bit weedy, if you know what I mean. With that apricot edge. But then these beers can change when you crack the can and a bit of air gets to it, warms up, things change. Yeah, touch of grapefruit there, nothing crazy, quite tropical. Maybe a touch of pine. Smells quite nice straight off the bat, so let's give it a try. So cheers. Go for another sip, get my palate acclimatised to it. So the first thing I'm getting is that kind of apricot jam, dank, and then it goes into a slight kind of dryness mid palate, and then that almost like piney dry bitterness thing comes in underneath. It comes through afterneath. Afterneath? What is an afterneath? Afterwards. Can't get my words out tonight. Yeah, straight after. Dank, resinous. There's a kind of a nice piney edge to the beer. More of a grapefruit bite kicking in there, together with that bitterness. It's leaving a lovely lacing on the glass. I've not actually had a beer from Green Cheek Beer Company at all. So, although one or two of their beers have turned up in the UK in the last few years, so hopefully I will keep a lookout, and whenever they do, I'll try and get a can or two. According to Untapped, I've actually had this before. Can I remember it? Let's have a look. When was that? Oh, yeah, okay. It was about 2 weeks ago. I had this on tap about 2 weeks ago. It's actually really decent for a modern day West Coast. I have to say that is that's pretty nice. I do like there's a slight kind of when I say greenness, I don't mean it's fresh, burny. It's more of that hop oil kind of vibe together with a little bit of pineness, and it's got a nice amount of bitterness to keep you interested. It's a bit of foliage going on, you know. And there is a little bit of that weedy edge that at the beginning I mentioned on the nose. There's a slight kind of weedy edge on the nose. It's coming through a little bit on the palate as well, which is fine by me. As I say, a lovely looking beer in the glass. A bit more hazy than, you know, perhaps this is just more the modern day West Coast, a little bit more hazy than the old school, more of that kind of deep orange, see right through the beer sort of colour. Either way, this is a really nice one, I have to say. It's up there with some of the best modern West Coast beers that I've had in the last sort of say year or two. Sometimes it's a shame these beers are collaborations. Hopefully, I mean, this is the second irritation of this. There must be, I don't know if Verdant went over there. It was a Green Cheek Beer Verdant collab, or what the deal is, but either way, it's worth picking up if you still see it about, and it is still around. It was on keg. I tried this, I say, a couple of weeks ago, and so it's still knocking around. I've had this beer a little while, but yeah, glad I picked it up. Definitely worth giving a try. And yeah, let me know if I've had it before. So, cheeky Westy then from a Verdant Brewing Company out of Cornwall, UK, and Green Cheek Beer Company out of Orange County, California. Nice collab there. A great beer. Thank you for watching then. Let me know if you've had this one before. You take care, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.